Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love and the journey of ascension. What else are we calling it? Okay, we're in the kitchen. You're actually on the front burner. It's better than being on the back burner. Shall we play with some cards this evening? What is the time? It's 11:20. And I feel drawn to do a reading. The energy has felt sensitive all day. One wrong move or one wrong word. It's like you could be in tears. Okay, right. The Witch's Tarot. Let's have a look at this deck of cards. It's not often I stand up to do a reading, so Luna's going to have a snack. She's going to have some biscuits. A cat snap. A cat snap. A cat snack. Wow, we've got 3 cards here. So the Knight of Swords is a knight in shining armour. He's going in after this angelic being who's having a glow up. This card is the 2 of Cups underneath here. This is a hand fasting, so it's a spiritual union. A union of the souls. Look how they're glowing. And then we have children here. And these children are glowing as well. Okay, so this whole family here is glowing. Now, priming the pump is coming through. So it took some work. Took some effort. So when I said about one wrong move or one wrong word, that's like taking your hand off of the pump. So when you're first pulling the water up from the well, you're going to have to rigorously pump the handle to bring the water up to the surface. And then once it's flowing, as long as you keep pumping consistently, but you won't have to put in so much more effort, the flow will continue. So one wrong move, if you let go of the pump, then all the water is going to fall all the way down the bottom again, and you're going to have to start again. It's also taking me to the wheel when you get the wheel in motion. Okay, it's about building momentum. Okay, right then. Now this Knight of Swords is quick. He's quick to the rescue. So it feels like if you feel the momentum drop, then he realises that the effort has been lapsing. Bottom of the deck is the Moon. Alright, this is interesting because this is quite a karmic energy here. This could be somebody trying to make... I mean, this whole family here is glowing. But is there the consistency? Because I'm feeling this energy of a wolf in a light worker's clothing. Let's go to the Psychic Tarot. Prosperity begins. Okay, is this coming together for love, or is this a coming together for money? When things are harmonious and golden and everyone's happy and glowing, because I feel like this knight in shining armour's coming to save the day, but is it consistent? This card is concerning. Another energy that is coming through, which I've witnessed myself as I have gone through my journey, is witnessing somebody whose mood changes. Well, if you give them what they want, so money, material items, so they could be in a really, really bad mood, but as soon as you give them what they want, happy as Larry. So are some people only happy when you're priming their pump? Choose wisely. Just have a look at how the hands are pointing, because this one's pointing here, this one's pointing to this one here. Now we have this one and this one here. And that feels like a rock, paper, scissors. You're having a game of rock, paper, scissors, so you never know what you're going to be getting. This might sound silly, but play the game of rock, paper, scissors and see how compatible you are with how many times you choose the same. Myself and Emily play this game, and we can go on for a while. We just keep choosing the same elements. There's something here about these golden eagles, these golden birds, these golden children. This does feel like the same character, but there's something that's hidden. There's a secret that's hidden. The heart chakra. What's going on here? The heart of the matter. Judgment. The truth card. I'm going to read the truth card because there's some underlying worry here. The underlying energy is the Four of Cups. Discontent and boredom. Someone's putting on a show. Trying to hold things together, but is not able to maintain the momentum. The truth, judgment card. Was it this morning when I done the reading in the garden that the judgment card came out in reverse? But the energy of somebody not being afraid of being judged, but then when they are, oh, it hits. It hits home. It hits hard. I feel someone could be re-evaluating their choices here. Truth. This is about the truth coming to the surface, and then it's like that truth sinks back down to the bottom of the well again until something comes up and it's brought back up to the surface. It's like pumping that prime, pumping that prime. Pumping that prime. Amazon Prime. I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but could be someone that watches a lot of television. Could be shopping. Amazon Prime. There's a stopping to the shopping. Okay, someone's shopping is out of control. Oh, then come through the energy of when you go and shop somebody to... The police was coming through. About telling on somebody to the authorities. The truth. So something's hidden, but it's hidden under a lot of manipulation. Oh, look what I've opened up to, the Two of Cups. It says spiritual union. These are hand-fasted, hand-tied. though I felt it, it's meant to suggest a spiritual union. So when you're getting on, everything's golden. And when you're not, what's this underlying energy here? The heart of the matter. Card number 20. Do I have any glasses in here? I do. Let's put some glasses on. The qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening. We're reading the Truth card here. The qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening, clarity, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show how far you need to go. This card comes forth to do just that. Evaluation of the past, along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The Truth card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life, but don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. So there is this card here of choosing wisely. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. Using the powers of the universe and blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing about clarity and a shift of awareness. What was once not obvious will now be realised and understood. Be honest with yourself and trust what you know to be true. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we can finish this message off with a message from Rumi, and we'll call it a night. Okay, so let's have a look and see what Rumi wants to say. Do you have some coffee? Espresso yourself. Luna's got the wind up her tail. Hey Luna. She's hanging tight to her clawing pole. She's hanging on for dear life. Okay. I surge on the uprising wave of love. So this could be this energy resurfacing. I surge on the uprising wave of love. I feel this wave of love comes naturally. There's not so much effort needed to get things flowing. Things should flow naturally. Card number 5. My life can be summoned up in 3 accounts. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. I was taken to these hands here. I was raw, I was cooked, I was burned. Well, whichever way, have a look. He's having a good think here in meditation. Understanding that all the answers that are needed lie within. If you just feel for the truth. This energy here of like seem to come alive at night. This could be because Luna looks very scatty. She looks like she's irritated under her skin. Luna. Hey. It's like if somebody wants to like start a fight, they seem to choose to start it at night. Not a great energy to go to bed on, but it's not a great energy full stop. My life can be summed up in 3 accounts. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. Rumi. I surge on the uprising wave of love. No gravity can stop me from rising. The moon pulls the tide of life towards her. So interesting, this is the moon energy. And I feel that this moon energy, this truth, is what it says here. The moon pulls the tide of life towards her. Wanting things to just flow. So it's making this masculine more discontent and bored with this energy. So seeking true union, sacred union. The moon pulls the tide of life towards her, and my soul in oneness with all of life answers her call. A wave of love consumes me, and upwards I fly, flying through water to greet her shining body. Led by my heart, my wits are addled, and my mind becomes a blurry mess. And so I feel instead. Feel for the truth of her love, and the divine reflection she shines back at me from her radiant heart. What are you looking down there? What is that packaging you've got? You've been in the bin. Who's rummaging around in the bins at night? I mean, that's a bin bag that's on top of the bin that has a bin bag inside of it. Someone's losing their mind. Okay. Great forces of planetary movements affect us all. We experience day and night through the interplay of the earth, sun and moon. There is a profound and obvious effect. The movements of the cosmos affect us deeply, body and soul. Some movements are perhaps less obvious in form, but are just as great, if not more so, in effect upon our spiritual growth and life experiences. You are going through a cycle, or very soon will be, by which you will be moved by forces greater than your own personal will. This is a karmic period, a time during which the movements of greater planetary bodies will have an impact upon the earth and humanity. This is the way of things, greater cycles affecting smaller ones. The smaller ones are not less important, but they do have to bow to the power of the great in oneness with the magnificent unfolding divinity that is life itself. Luna, those packets are empty, darling. Let me get them because for some reason... How about if I just move this bin bag now? And we should go with it right now. Let's take the trash out. If you want to go out, you can go out as well. Right then, that's that dealt with. As easy as that, we'll take the trash out. Okay, should we get back to this reading? What we have at our disposal is a rubbish bin. A wheelie bin. There you go. Lots of bins. And bags. Bin bags. What we have at our disposal is choice as to how we respond to these affecting movements and cycles. The effect of this karmic cycle now unfolding in your life is to bring you into sweet surrender and awakening into greater love. What a delicious divine destiny. However, even if we sense at one level that a shift has a positive end in store for us, we can encounter resistance and fear born of the ego in response to the stirring of spiritual uprising. We may quake in our holy body and wonder if everything is getting out of control and into some disorder. We will be right in our sense of imminent chaos. Now that's a word I've been hearing quite a lot, chaos. 2112 on the counter. When I done a reading when I couldn't sleep the other night, the next day I was speaking to a customer, a lady, and I said to her, I had trouble like sleeping last night, and she said, so did I. And her husband said to her, what was the word that you used to describe how you felt? And she said, chaotic. Chaos was the word that she used, chaos. And I keep hearing it ever since she said it. It's a bit chaotic. Okay. We may quake in our holy body and wonder if everything is getting out of control and into some disorder. We will be right in our sense of imminent chaos. The disorder, however, is the ego perspective, because its range of vision is too small, too limited to comprehend the greater workings of the planetary systems that move life towards love. That is as it should be. The teacup is not made to hold the ocean, just actually a cup of tea. But if we begin to imagine that the cup of tea is preferable to the ocean, simply because it is more containable, how much we miss out on. And how terrifying when we are actually thrown into the ocean and moved by it. Its sheer power, its wild force, and its passionate dance with the moon mother might have us fearing that we most certainly will die. Yet the only thing that is dying here and now is your grasp, your attempts at control. Why? Because your heart is more powerful than your fear, and it wants to live in total trust and surrender of the unfoldment of life's genius. It wants to let life happen to it. What a wise intention that is. Why seek to impose a smaller and less interesting story upon life when the great master storyteller is weaving a fantastic tale of great love, great adventure, and sublime spiritual success? No, it is wiser, wilder, and more fun to surf the great wave of consciousness seeking to overtake you now. Dive in, beloved. Surge with it. You are being given a gift of grace in this oracle, the promise that you won't drown, and that you will, in fact, be given a glimpse of your own divinity, should you choose to accept whatever will be offered to you. Don't try to swim against the tide of your own life journey. Go with it. The divine is there waiting for you, orchestrating waves upon which you may reach the heavenly shore. Yes, the divine is there waiting for you, waiting on a picnic blanket of fabric of the heavens, with a sacred feast of earthly bounty just now being unpacked in your honour. Get yourself into that ocean and ride those waves to your sacred date with the divine right now, sweet beloved. Surf's up. This oracle comes with a message for you. There are changes happening and they will be out of your control. This is because you are ready for accelerated life change. Rather than paddling, you'll be caught up in a wave and moved farther, faster. Let yourself surge on with the energy of what is happening. Leading with your heart and just going with whatever unfolds. This will bring you the best fortune and open you up to the divine destiny that is your birthright this lifetime. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. We still have 15 minutes left of today. So until then, take care, much love. Bye for now.